Hey everyone, I'm Clue, and welcome back to some more Flesh and Blood, where we're going over the cards coming in the Outsiders set. Pretty excited. The three classes are pretty much the classes I've only played, outside of like Durantia for just learning the game. So pretty neat that the three classes I like most are the ones being supported in this set. So next up we have Ninja. So we've got Katsu back and Benji. The first time attack action card you control hits each turn, you may discard a card with cost 0. If you do, search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, then shuffle. You may play it this turn. So that pretty much sums up what the Ninja class is like. You just want to combo together a bunch of cards. It's very much similar to the other two classes. You want to try and combo with the Assassin through attack reactions, and then the Ranger, you obviously want to combo out arrow cards. So very much a set theme. So I would be amiss if the generics in this set aren't focused around, go again and buffing and allowing you to chain more attacks together. Sort of a more offensive set of cards rather than just defensive or utility based. But anyway, Benji, attack action cards with 2 or less can't be defended by cards from hand. So Benji is pretty decent in terms of I already forgot what it's called. For whatever reason, I want to call it Challenger. I know it's not Challenger. You know the mode I mean. We're using the young heroes because of this mechanic, because obviously you can only defend with equipment or cards in your arsenal, i.e. defense reactions. First time attack action card you control hits each turn, your next attack gains +1. Very slight, but it stacks up over the long run of the game. Harmonize, I'm going to try it, because I can't do it. Kodachi. Same ninja weapon. I wonder if there's more. Probably not, because equipment's usually at the start. Interesting that they're not. We've got the needles. We've got this. We've got the stuff from Uprising. I can't think of too many weapons for the ninja class. We get Mask of Many Faces. Instant. Destroy Mask of Many Faces. Name card. Next Destroy Mask of Many Faces, name a card. The next attack action card you play this turn gains that name. So this sort of allows you to fill in for your combos, because you can obviously give any card you can play the name of a combo set piece, so that you can then go into the next combo card. Fortunately, it's one use. Oh well, that's generally the gimmick with most things, but it can help you sort of clutch out a really long combo. Cyclone Roundhouse combo. If spinning wheel kick. I wish they were ordered correctly, because I kind of want to go through them in the right order. Combo, if Twin Twister, so that's the one we're looking for. Anybody seen Twin Twister? Yep, there we go. No combo, perfect. Okay, so I guess we're starting from Twin Twister. Twin Twister, choose one. Twin Twister has, when this hits, your next attack, this combat chain gains +1, or it gains +1. So you can sort of set up, if you need the 1 extra damage. That's very interesting. Choose one. Because you sort of have to bet on whether or not you think it's going to hit. This is only if it hits, whereas this is +1. I'd probably always pick the latter then, just because it's probably easier to land in that case. So Twin Twister, pretty generic. Just your combo start. It does cost 1 though. And then we go back up to Spinning Wheel Kick. Combo, if Twin Twister or Spinning Wheel Kick was the last attack, you can combo into itself. That's pretty neat. Is it better than the Twin Twister? Not really, it just has go again, and I assume this still has go again, because that's the generic thing. Yeah, so it's just slightly more damage, it looks like. Yeah, 1 extra damage, and for the same cost. So this is probably the better card just to run more of. Was last combat this chain. This has +1, and when this hits, put it on the bottom of its owner deck. So yeah, I'd probably just combo Spinning Wheel Kick into itself. I guess you can save a copy if you use Twin Twisters before Spinning Wheel Kick. And then we can go back up to Cyclone Roundhouse. So if Spinning Wheel Kick was the last attack this combat chain, this has at the beginning of the reaction step, banish a random defending card from each chain link. Interesting. I do like that it says from each chain link. So I don't know if that's just to play around the new format where you can play in groups, or if that is to play around the actual turn mechanics, which all chains are meant to stay before they get discarded. Either way, it's pretty good because it obviously gets rid of a bunch of cards and permanently deletes them, because there are a lot more classes now that can sort of recoup cards that have been discarded. Dishonor combo, if Bonds of Ancestry, I'm not going to go looking, we'll just read them one by one. Was the last attack chain, +2, and then when this hits a hero, if you control Surging Strike, Descendant Gustwind, and Bonds of Ancestry, that hero loses all abilities for the rest of the game. So this is sort of a win condition in that case, because a lot of heroes, depend on their abilities. Very, very interesting. So our first sort of Exodia style deck, where you're trying to set this up. If you control Surging Strike, Descendants, interesting. They are attack actions. Control in Flesh and Blood is quite unique to me. So I guess I am correct in chain links are meant to stay on the field. You don't discard after your chain link. After every chain link is done is when you actually clean up. Very interesting. Again, unfortunately, I haven't had the luxury to play in person, only online, and it's pretty hard to sort of keep track of card placement online. Head leads the tail. When this attacks, name another card. Attack actions with that name have +1 this combat chain. Yeah, decent combo filler. Wander with Purpose, Benji specialization. Very good. When this hits, you may discard a card with cost 0. If you do, search your deck for a card with combo, banish it, then shuffle. You may play it this turn. So, does what the Katsu ability kind of does, just in card form. Plus you get the damage, I suppose. Silverwind Shuriken. Attack reaction, destroy the Shuriken. Target attack action card with combo gains +1 damage. So again, it's kind of like Death by 1,000 Cuts is the whole ninja gimmick. Visit the Floating Dojo, Katsu specialization. Put a Surging Strike and a card with combo from your graveyard on top of your deck. Again, this is going back to that mentality that a lot of classes are having a way to recycle cards, which is pretty good. Sort of extending the games though, which was one of the core mechanics of Flesh and Blood, was the fact that it's an all-out brawl, and even when you run out of cards, you're still just smashing each other with weapons or whatever you've got. So the ability to recycle cards, it's kind of necessary, but at the same time, it probably could have been held off for a few more sets. Bond of Ancestry. If a card with Gust Wave is in its If a card with Gust Wave in its name was the last attack this combat chain, this costs 2 less to play and has go again. Got it out. When this attacks, you may banish a card with combo from your graveyard. If you do, search your deck for a card with the same name, banish it, then shuffle. You may play it this combat chain. So you can instantly find any card you want as long as you've played it previously. Pretty decent. And the fact that you can reduce its cost to 0, even better. Recoil. If Head Jab was the last attack this combat chain, this has when this hits a hero, they may put a card from their hand on top of their deck. They put. May, I inserted. Bit of dyslexia for you. Yep, decent. They have to discard a card, essentially, and draw it back, so it disrupts not only their draw, but also their ability to defend. But it does not have go against. This is more of a combo finisher, unfortunately. Spinning Wheel Kick. Well, I guess, just before we move on, and we've already read them anyway, it does reduce their hand size for their next turn, and sort of guarantees one card they will recycle back, so they won't have the ability to search as well. Back Heel Kick. If Twin Twisters was the last attack this combat chain, this has if Back Heel Kick would gain damage and say it gains that much +1, so this would tie into Twin Twisters' first ability of increasing the damage of your next combo attack. Be like Water. When this hits, you may pay 1. If you do, choose Head Jab, Surging Strike, or Twin Twisters. This gains the chosen name, so another combo filler. So we're seeing a lot more of a combo chain forming, so there's lots of cards that can be tied together, and there's lots of ways for you to sort of switch out cards for other cards and really make sure you complete your combos, which is really good. This was one of the things that sort of worried me about the Ninja class, was eventually they'd have too many card chains to sort of work into one deck, and you'd have to pick one style to play, whereas this allows you to really easily switch between the two. Because for instance, you could play this into one other card and then use this to fill in the combo for a different card. Deadly Duo. When this hits, your next attack action card with 2 or less base damage you play, this combat chain gains +2. So ideally, you want a card with 2, so it's doing 4 damage, but you can go to 0-1. It's pretty... it's alright. It costs 1. Again, for almost all the classes on this, I favor low-cost cards just because you really want to combo stuff together, and oftentimes you're sort of using a lot of cards in your hand, and having cards that cost and then discarding cards is I don't value it as highly as maybe I should. So it's another combo filler. At least it gains damage. So it's a bit like an attack reaction with its attack, though it does have the condition of having to hit. Descendant Gust Wave. If Surging Strike was the last attack in this combat chain, this costs 1 less to play and has +2. Yeah. You're rewarded for playing combos. That's really all there is to it. And then Head Jab, reprints 1-2 Punch. If Head Jab was the last attack this combat chain, this has, when this hits, deal 2 damage to them. Extra damage is always nice. Surging Strike, reprint, and we went through Twin Twister. So, yeah. Decent combo upgrades, decent way to switch between combos, and a lot of combo fillers. Really, what else could you ask for the Ninja class? Bit sad that they didn't get too many more items, but their attacks sort of make up for it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Ranger next time.